What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and I was going to wait a little bit longer to start this recording, but yeah, there were some weird picks. So this is going to be another game from the Starseries Season 3. I believe this is Game 2 in the best of 3 between Pulse on the Radiant and M5 on the Dire. First game did go to Pulse because M5's carry hero did not pan out for them, but already two very, very strange pickups. But these stop picking so fast, Jesus Christ. Okay, Wisp is going to be the pickup with Leshrac and Chaos Knight for Pulse, so it's very standard stuff going for them. It's classic Skone's Elite / Pulse lineup. They're going to have the Wisp CK be very aggressive. Leshrac last game was played by Technoboy. Worked out very well, but M5, okay. I don't even know where to start with this, because first of all, these three heroes you never see. Or Tinker you see sometimes, but Gyrocopter very, very rarely. Clockwork hardly ever. But to first three pick up these three heroes, I don't know. Tinker excels with the solo lane. Gyrocopter typically gets protected farm whenever he is picked up, but Clockwork, he used to be really big, but slow and steady nerfs really beat him into the ground, and really nowadays you don't see him all that much. All three of these heroes are able to solo the mid lane. I guess the only synergy I see between these heroes is the fact that they all have missiles. That's pretty much it. You have heat-seeking missile, you have homing missile, and you have rocket flare. So M5 going for a lot of boom this game. I don't know if this is the right game to do it, since this is, you know, a tournament, not just some show match. So their lanes are going to be really weird. The bans, Skone's Elite banning out a whole bunch of supports, since that's clearly what M5 need with the Tinker and Gyrocopter pick. M5 banning out a whole bunch of semi-carries from Skone's Elite. I don't know, Mirana and Razor, I don't think Pulse would have ever picked those heroes, especially with the CK pickup. Would have more likely have seen something like a... What the hell is going on here? I would not have expected this. Treant Protector did get his living armor buffed in this version, so he's going to have some global support. M5, finally with the standard pick, is going to go for a Venomancer support, and Shadow Fiend is going to be the last pick for Pulse. Oh my god, Nature's Prophet, the last pick for M5, probably going to go to the jungle, but this game is going to be freaking insane. Very excited to see these heroes that, well, I haven't seen a Shadow Fiend in this new era, I haven't seen the Treant Protector in the new era, and haven't seen these three heroes in quite a long time as well. The late game, well, M5 have a very heavy pushing lineup. They do have the Plague Wards, Nature's Prophet, one of the best pushers in the game, and then of course the Tinker, who could push very well with that March of the Machines, and also counter push extremely strongly as well. Pulse, they have a decent team fight lineup. I don't know who's going to be the primary farmer. Usually it is Regen, but partnering Regen with Wisp means that he's going to be very active along the map, and well, they kind of have to be active along the map. M5, they have so much range on all of their heroes. Once Call Down gets leveled up, once some teleport goes up, the missile, the teleportation from Tinker, M5 could hit you from half a map away, and they will not only hit you, they will kill your ass. So, very interesting pickups here. I do believe in the lore, in at least Dota 1 lore, that, not the Tinker, what was Tinker? Tinker was a goblin, yeah, Gyrocopter was a dwarf, and Clockwork was a machine, so I guess that isn't what I was trying to make a point of. So never mind about that, but we're going to see how this all pans out. Minnie is going to be playing the Wisp, one of, if not the best Wisp player in the world. Regen is going to be playing the hard carry Chaos Knight. Fishbone supporting as Leshrac this time. Technoboy on the Shadow Fiend, going to go to this bot lane, and Waga on the top lane, looking to solo the top as the Treant Protector. Bottom lane, it is going to be Sedoy on the Clockwork Goblin. Stallioner on the Tinker mid lane. Solo is going to get a faster Ring of Basilius, probably going to jungle. Nexus is going to be supporting as the Venomancer, and Dread on the Gyrocopter. Very, very weird stuff coming out from M5. But the interaction that M5 do have is that they have quite a bit of lockdown. They have the power cogs plus the sprout, but those are just pseudo disables. It's not going to matter all that much, since Skone's Elite Pulse, I'm sorry, don't really have all that many escape spells. They could kind of tear through them kind of decently, but the difference between a pseudo disable and a regular disable very, very small in this particular game. Their crowd control also isn't that bad. They have a lot of stuns, they have a lot of slowing. I think the only thing really weird about this team is the fact that you don't see these heroes very often. And we're going to see how the Clockwork functions on the bot lane versus a Wisp with Shadow Fiend. Clockwork's probably not going to have the best time, but Wisp already receiving a little bit of pressure from those treants. And it's going to be a dual lane in the mid lane. Regen and Fishbone already with the double damage rune on that Leshrac, preventing Tinker from getting anywhere near this area. But to be fair, Waga is really prevented from getting close either as well. Let's see what he wants to go for. He's going to go for first level Nature's Guise, so he's going to try to play this a little bit like a bounty hunter in some respects, but this mana cost and the duration of invisibility, it's really, really difficult to do that. Treant Protector going to have a little bit of a rough time on the top lane. But look forward to getting some living armor, and then especially this mid lane, they could be very aggressive, just shrug off the creep's attacks and just dive in for the Tinker, really with or without the living armor. On this bot lane, it could also happen as well. Sudoi and Tinker both got to be extremely careful. M5 with small edges coming to them in the form of the jungling Nature's Prophet, where Pulse does not have any jungle. They are getting a jungle, but that's at the expense of one of their lanes. You can see Stallion struggling a lot this game. 0 for 0, or Regen 5 for 0, and Sudoi also struggling a fair bit as well. 5 for 5 versus 1 for 0. And really for Shadow Fiend, the hardest part of his game is the first 1 to 2 minutes. After you get a couple of stacks of that Necromastery, then everything just gets so much easier. Your damage gets up there, you get creep kills, you're happy, you get married, and then you make a lot of money and be successful in life. Let's see how Dread is going to build this. He's going to go for Rocket Barrage, Homing Missile, which is quite honestly the way that I've learned to play Gyrocopter. I haven't played him all that much, but I've seen a lot of Gyrocopter play go for Flak Cannon. And Flak Cannon, in my opinion, is like the worst spell that Gyrocopter has. I haven't played him a whole lot, as I said before, so take all of what I'm saying with a hint of ignorance mixed in there. But he's going to go for what I am going to call a ganking build. Just get as much flat damage out there as you can. He is going to build up a Ring of Aquila. But M5, they really lack a hard damaging carry. Gyrocopter can accomplish that somewhat. Stallioner in a huge amount of trouble this mid lane. Took a 1-second stun, took a Edict, and took a Split Earth. And Leshrac is going to draw first blood on the Tinker, who is going for a March build. So he's seemingly confident in getting his Boots of Travel, or either that or he's going to stack Ancients, which is already actually starting. Sudoi doing that, I believe, unless that was pink. But first blood has been drawn in this mid lane. Tinker is decent at the mid lane in the sense that if he's up against one other hero, he'll do just fine. But if you want to shut down any mid lane hero who's good solo, put a dual lane against them. Any hero at all. Once they're up against an additional hero, they're going to struggle a whole lot more. Of course, that does entail that you are investing an entire additional hero, which sometimes you may not be able to afford. But hey, for the sake of lockdown, go ahead and do that. Shadow Fiend continuing to hold this lane with the help of Minnie's pulls. In top lane, Dread not getting any creep kills. Creep wave pushed out quite far away. He is going to go for Flat Cannon. I don't quite understand how the Gyrocopter dynamic works in these pro games. Clearly the M5 want the Gyrocopter to be the damage dealer, which I guess kind of makes sense. To get Flat Cannon in that sense, it does help you farm, deal the AoE damage. But Flat Cannon, it really doesn't do that much damage in the early stage because Gyrocopter himself doesn't do that much damage. You get most of your damage from Rocket Barrage and Homing Missile. So the Flat Cannon will help him in the later stage of the game once like giant shit is happening everywhere. Oh, missed that kill on the bot lane. Almost. Laser plus a Rocket Flare from the Tinker does pick up the Wisp kill. So I guess the Gyrocopter is kind of investing. He knows that he's probably not going to be that active around the map, so he wants to get the Flat Cannon up now. And later on, I mean, you don't really need that much Homing Missile. The stun duration isn't that big, and if you're not actually going around to gank, you don't really need any more stun. The damage is not going to be hugely necessary either. On the bot lane, I'm missing another kill. Sudoi trying to put up some cogs to defend himself, but he has to teleport out. It's not in time as a raise does kill him off. As I'm talking about the freaking Gyrocopter, because quite frankly, the Gyrocopter, I just don't understand him as a hero, just personally. I haven't played with him or against him enough to understand what exactly this Gyrocopter does. I know he's like kind of a semi-carry, but it's so hard to compare him to like someone like a CK who just has such a dominating mid-game, and then you could really tell the impact that he's having later on. Gyrocopter, not so much, but we'll see. Hopefully Dread will make everything clear in the future. He's going to go for phase boots after Aquila, so that's like typical damaging build. I do believe it's a Manta Style or a Shadow Blade, which is the Gyrocopter's item build of choice. Stoyan's bot lane, finally getting some experience. Level 4 though, versus a level 6 Shadow Fiend. Keep in mind that the Requiem of Souls does make him a suicide bomb right now. So if he gets killed, a lot of magical damage will pour out. But M5 side, actually they're not that tanky. Clockwork is the only one who I would really classify as tanky. The rest of them, very, very fragile heroes. And against double, or I guess 1.5 Requiem of Souls, that is going to really tear them apart. Waga on this top lane is having some trouble. Is he having as much trouble as Clockwork? About the same amount. Waga's build is 2 points living armor, so he's going to try to support his teammates around the map, but this tower is taking a lot of heat. It is probably going to go down. The Plague Ward's level 3. Venomancer actually has level 5, so that's pretty impressive from him at this point. But it is not going to be enough to actually take down this tower. Orange is coming to support Fishbone with level 2 Edict. Fairly dangerous hero at this point in time, but he's just roaming around the map. Stellioner, yes, he is going to go for as much ancient stacking as he possibly could. Double damage rune, also trying to kite around the creeps a little bit. So that's what he's going to rely on to try to get his money to get the travels up. So let's see if Pulse will actually move to stop this. I don't even think they know that this is happening. Oh shit, Courier, why? That was close. Almost boxed someone in the shame box. Let's actually take a look at how the gold is moving. It is in favor of Pulse, but the experience advantage only slightly in favor of Pulse. Solo teleporting to the top lane so very aggressively. With that teleportation, they are going to get this tier 1 tower. Let's see if Dread can actually last at this. No, it's going to be the Venomancer. Dread has completed his phase boots, does now have call down, so it's a lot of magical damage that this Gyrocopter could put out. Decent physical damage as well, but when you're just going for one target, its flat cannon is fairly pointless. So I guess that's probably why I have reservations about going for a flat cannon build in the early stage of the game when you're just having, at most, like 3v3s. Flat cannon doesn't do all that much. I guess it is a little bit of harassment. Come on, shoot it. Yeah, I mean, like, he's shooting him a little bit. Waga is going to be stuck in... Oh, Nexus whiffing the Gale. Could just put down a single ward right there, I think. Nexus trying to teleport out of here. Region has other ideas for him, though. The slow, huge, monstrous hits from these two heroes are going to bring down the Venomancer. Dove very aggressively for that Treant Protector kill. Didn't even get it. Hasn't died yet, so Waga not doing too bad on him. And at level 6, not scaling Overgrowth. Very interesting. Usually you would assume that that would be what the Treant Protector is all about. Fishbone and Region going to find the regeneration rune and ward off Sadoy from that. Clockwork is level 6 as well, roaming around off the bot lane, so he's going to look towards a couple of ganks, which is what Clockwork is pretty much best at. He's just such a huge, dedicated ganker. With the help of Venomancer and Nature's Prophet, that will mean a lot of global presence, a lot of long-range presence around the map. So Pulse got to be careful about that initiation, because if they get blindsided by a Nature's Prophet teleport plus a hookshot plus a call down. Oh, Sadoy, you don't want to be there. Taking a 4-second stun, Split Earth, stacking the stuns a little bit. That might mean Sadoy is going to escape. Region tanking the tower a little bit. Rocket Flare to follow as well. Sadoy still taking damage, but a tether in from Wisp will save the Leshrac, and Region is tanky enough to survive the rest of those tower shots. Popping off her regen rune is going to be back up to full HP. Technoboy with a double damage rune plus, no, that's not double damage rune, it's just phase boots. Is going to go for solo relocation. Is Region into solo, and there's Technoboy getting another kill. Second kill of the game for him. Relocating such a very short distance. Mini, blink, shoom, nice. Now you're going to get hit by a Gale. No, Nexus doesn't seem to see the Wisp. He's instead going to help his team. The call down is going to hit Technoboy. It's pretty much spot on. Region still very, very tanky, though. He's only at half health. He's going to drop to the tier 2 tower, though. In the meantime, Venomancer has picked up the Shadow Fiend in the tier 1 area. So Pulse losing two of their most important heroes, definitely not what they want to have happen. The call down, huge zoning tool for the Gyrocopter as well. Because you see that and you're like, well, shit, I know that I'm going to get hit by one missile. Or I know that if I don't move, I'm going to get hit by the second missile. And then you want to move. It's not a good idea to stay there. So the tier 1 tower is going to take a little pressure. Nexus got to watch out. Mini, if he hits these spirits, that is a kill. One more, boom, that is the Venomancer dead. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet solo killing the Treant Protector. How? the hell happened? I don't know how that happened, but Regen is going to seek revenge for his fallen comrade. A 2-second stun, not the best draw for him, but with the movement speed that he has, plus the reality rifts, he should be able to take the kill. No, he's not going to push it. Doesn't know who's teleporting in. So I guess the Treant Protector was caught without mana. That's the only explanation that I... Oh no, he got dusted. Okay. Probably sprouted and dusted and then Treants or something like that. I'm sure it was some Gosu Treant blocking or something around those lines. For sure, that's what it was. So Pulse with a slight gold advantage, although nothing too concrete in this stage of the game. M5, there's still... Morbid Mask? Is that a... I don't even... Gyrocopter, why? I don't even understand my world anymore. But Gyro is the late game investment for M5. Their late game definitely not as strong as a CK plus Shadow Fiend combination. So M5, they have to start making things happen. They have to take a couple more towers around the map, or at least start getting a couple more ganks, because really, that's where their heroes excel. So Doi is going to take a relocate just from the Wisp, though. He gets pulled into the cogs, allowing for the Spirit's easy landing. Wisp is going to relocate himself back out after bagging that kill. But M5, really, their prime is in the early mid stage of the game. Gyrocopter could do some damage late game, but with his flat values, you typically want to use him earlier on. Although I guess Flat Cannon is kind of a late game skill build for him. But still, the rest of M5's heroes, Nature's Prophet can move towards late game. That better be a frickin' Dagon. I want to see that. Clockwork, definitely a very early mid game based hero where his damage, his spells could actually do some damage later on. It's mostly just peanuts, just the battery assault and cogs especially, which recently got buffed in this version. That's very useful for keeping people in place, but you're not going to be doing any damage. You're just going to be zoning people out. And then, of course, Venomancer and Tinker, they're both okay late game, but definitely not the same amount of team fight nor damage coming out from the Pulse side. And speaking of Pulse's side, they're looking to make their side a little bit bigger with another Tier 1 tower. So Doi is still in this mid lane, shooting up rocket flares up there. Waga is going to run straight into Nexus. Nexus got to be careful. There's the Leech Seed, plus a Reality Rift into the Tether. And Venomancer drops in an instant. Mini getting another kill. Kill-stealing Wisp. Now we're going to move to the bot lane. Relocate. No. Teleportation in from Pink. No. No, they don't want to get this guy. Okay. Just some mind games there, I guess. Mini and Regen, they are going to move down into the mid lane where Sadoi is trying to get a kill on Fishbone. 8 HP survival. He's going to take a call down. No, just barely dodged that as CK does pick up the Clockwork kill. And Fishbone will walk out of there alive. Wow, a single inch to the north and Leshrac would have got hit by a missile. Such a razor thin escape there. And Gyrocopter's going to get Helm of the Dominator. You don't go for this build on anyone, really. I guess PA, maybe. Now Reality Rift onto Stallion, plus a stun. The Wisp is tethering, stunning as well. Regen taking a lot of damage from the tower, plus Dread. He's going to drop, and now Mini. Does he have Relocate active? No, he does not. He's going to drop as well. Trading 2 for the Tinker. The global presence, what I said before. Solo got right in there. Dread arrived as well. He was just walking, actually. But yet, just a level 1 Rocket Barrage does some pretty decent damage. Of course, if you leveled that up, it could be doing double the damage. But I guess he's going to go for what looks like a Phantom Assassin build. Now, the reason this works for Phantom Assassin is that she doesn't need that much damage because she has it all amplified by the crit. I guess the Flat Cannon kind of does the same thing. Like, instead of amplifying it on one target, you amplify it to the entire group. But the difference between doing a little bit of damage to everyone and doing a lot of damage to someone is just so huge. Solo trying to run away from Fishbone. The Jukes better be strong with this one. It's not going to be enough. He is completely spotted by the Spirits. Reality Rift and a Chaos Bolt. There's the Chaos Bolt. 2 seconds plus a Split Earth. He's going to bag them a Nature's Prophet head. But in the meantime, the mid lane, Waga. Do they know that he's here? Oh, Ninja Tree does have his overgrowth now. Plus 4 points of that living armor. He's going to get an overgrowth as the relocation comes in. Here they come. A huge spirit hit onto Sadoi and Stallianer. They're actually going to go for the Tinker. 2 seconds stun on him, but Sadoi with the power cogs trapping Regen and Wagamama from getting that kill. Call down is going to fall onto Mini once, not twice, as Mini is going to try to make his way out of there. Regen still going to town onto that Tinker. A 4-second stun needs one more hit, is going to get the kill, but the Rocket Barrage plus the missile is going to kill off the CK. But still, oh, wait. Did I miss something? No, okay. Yeah, but still, M5's getting not ahead in that, getting the lower end of that trade right there. Oh no, you do not want to be right here, guys. Shadow Blade on the tether into Nexus's death with the Requiem of Souls. Two Bases is going to bring down the Gyrocopter shortly after, and now Solo, you gotta run, man. He's gonna try to summon some Treants to scout out, I guess, but he has a very angry Shadow Fiend on his ass. And with the Shadow Blade, Shadow Fiend is going to be quite the shadower. You get a huge hit onto Solo. Now Solo, your jukes, I'm not sure if they're strong enough. They are strong enough because Technoboy has given up chase. M5 with the early game based team not doing that hot. This is pretty much the story every time I see a team pick up Gyrocopter. It's nice and cute to see, but it never really works out for them. I don't think I've seen a single game where a team has picked up Gyrocopter and the Gyrocopter's been really active around the map, and or at least farming or anything successfully. Gyrocopter's pretty much been just there. He's not doing that bad. He has only 1 death and his 1 kill and 5 assists. So that's like, I wouldn't call that bad, but with a pick like Gyrocopter, you kind of expect to make some sort of a splash, which quite frankly, I'm not yet seeing. Rocket Barrage is doing a lot of damage. You saw how much damage it did to Vision. But that's level 1, and it could have been so much stronger. Instead, he opted for Flat Cannon, which, look at this, you can see the effects of Flat Cannon right now. It's useful, but it's not going to actually get kills. It's essentially a short-term Battle Fury, which helps him farm, yes, but can he actually use that farm well? I have reservations about that. In the top lane, Stallion is going to get jumped by a relocation gank from Mini as well as Region. Nexus does get the ultimate onto everyone. Here comes Wagamama with the Overgrowth. Not going to use it yet. Sadoy still trying to get a kill into Region. The hook shot does latch onto the CK. He's going to try to go for Solo before he goes down, but he does ultimately go down. And the Wisp also dies to the poison damage. Nature's Prophet getting that kill, probably with the ultimate. Her with the frickin' Dagon. I do like that Solo. Thank you for indulging me right there. They're going to push down this top lane. With 2 down, Pulse cannot yet defend this. But they should be able to. Requiem is up. Level 2, maxed out on souls. Shadow Fiend should be able to destroy someone if he gets caught by a stun or anything, really. Waga's going to find Nexus do a lot of damage with that Leech Seed. Also, you know, punching him with 109 damage, no damage items, also helps as well. So yeah, Treant Protector, I believe he has the highest strength growth in the game, unless Centaur's buff changed that. But Waga just completely jumping the hell out of Venomancer. He didn't stand a chance there. So Pulse, their heroes are, well, their CKs at least, dying a whole lot. Technoboy getting a whole bunch of kills, a whole lot of farm as well, leading pretty safely as far as the gold per minute goes. Tinker has had his travels for quite a while, but really the effects from M5 have kind of been like slow and steady. They don't really have the necessary burst, which is I guess kind of why the Nature Prophet went for a Dagon. Tinker has maxed out his missiles, but Laser is not there. Technoboy gonna get a Requiem on 1. That guy is dead as shit. Nature Prophet didn't stand a chance. Overkill? Maybe. Just maybe. Now the top tier 1 tower is going to drop in M5. They're slowly getting further and further behind. And it's not like they're even stacking up a super farm late game anti-mage or a Faceless Void or something. In which case this disadvantage doesn't mean that much. Pulse, they're stacking up the super late game in the Shadow Fiend. Region's also being very active along the map. And the one who's farming is the Gyrocopter, who just cleared out a fairly large stack of Ancients. I guess that is what Flat Cannon gives you. So he's going to have a lot of dough. But is it going to be enough to carry the game? Because the rest of his heroes are definitely struggling. Clockwork, definitely not pulling his weight, at least not warranting a Clockwork pickup quite yet. Could have done perfectly well with a Windrunner or something like that. Nothing that Clockwork is bringing to the table that another hero couldn't have accomplished. Waga going to find Nexus and a relocation gank once again. Region plus Mini, and the Venomancer is once again dead as shit. He got his Poison Nova off on a couple of them, which is going to severely wound them, but Wisp now does have enough money for a mechanism. Solo getting the backdoor action for some reason. Gonna try to teleport out of here. Technoboy gonna get a huge hit, and Fishbone unfortunately teleporting a little bit too slowly. But M5 just playing tricks, quite honestly. Both of this hero lineup that they've chosen, plus their actions. Dagon, Nature's Prophet, who's backdooring at 20 minutes in. It's kind of gimmicky. It's kind of cheesy. and it's not even working out for them. So it's a kind of a triple whammy there. Definitely not what you want to be up against. Actually, it is definitely what you want to be up against. Because cheese only really matters if you lose to it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter because they just kind of handicapped themselves. Wagamama, is he going to go for Stallianer? Tinker is a very weak hero, but not as weak as the Venomancer. You could just, jump him in the forest and kill him off. Technoboy, going to take a Gale. No initiation, though. Sudoi, looking for an angle for the hookshot, but even if he does hookshot in, he doesn't have anything. Usually for Clockwork, you want to build some bulk. Technoboy going to get jumped by Solo. He does have his Requiem, but he's dusted. There's the Dagon killing off Shadow Fiend. The Pulse Nova plus Edict is going to kill off the Venomancer. In the meantime, a relocation gank, I believe. Wagamama plus Region killing off a couple of members in the back end. Stallianer is going to try to teleport away from the Solo, getting swiped down in 2 shots by the CK, who now has an armlet off. Going to go for the Tinker. Spotted him out. Tinker going to make as many machines marks as he possibly can, but it's not going to be enough to save him. And M5 get wiped with an ultra kill onto Region. I think what actually happened there, CK. Yeah, I think CK and Waga just jumped the retreating heroes from over here. So sorry for missing that end of the fight. But either way, M5 get completely wiped. I wish I could have seen what the Gyrocopter had to deal with. Just because Gyrocopter, I don't know. I'm not convinced at all with Gyrocopter. Every single time I see him picked, it's been a failure. I would like to see more Viper. I think teams could use Viper. But Gyrocopter, not convinced. Not convinced at all. But anyway, that team wipe is going to mean that Pulse extend their lead. They're going to extend it even further with the bottom lane, Tier 2 tower. That is definitely not the top lane. The denial attempt from the Gyrocopters, Helm of the Dominator, Troll Warlord. Nature's Prophet stacking the Dagon. This... okay. That Dagon in itself is an item that you hardly ever see. Although, he could get a gank under the Shadow Fiend. Dagon, not enough, and now Solo is in a very... oh no, that's not a relocation gank at all. It's just Mini, but the Wisp is a very intimidating force indeed. And Technoboy, once he gets past that burst of the Nature's Prophet, he's going to just turn around and kill people. Region is going to go to town onto the Venomancer, going to go for Dread next. Dread is going to try to hold his ground, calling down onto 3, but he's taking so much physical damage. Both missiles hit onto 3, but it's not going to be enough. Mini's still alive, Region's still alive. Sudoi using those cogs to try to get himself out of there. Stallianer is going to get reality rifted with a level 3 Phantasm as Region gets another kill streak in 3 this time. And now Sudoi is going to make a dash for the Illusion Rune, but Technoboy could quite honestly just kill him if he wanted to. Because Clockwork, once again, is going for drums. He needs something bulkier because that's the whole point. Oh my god, the army from Technoboy. Mantis style into an Illusion Rune. Oh my god, that was awesome. I love it. Instant army, just add bottle. The Tier 2 mid tower is going to drop as Pulse look like they're in firm condition to win this game. M5, they really lack the late game to be playing like this. And their power was in the early game, and the early game has since passed. What they have to do right now is somehow find a dedicated 5v5 team fight. But even if that happens, a team fight like that will favor Pulse. They do have the overgrowth. They do have both. Oh no, bottom lane. Nature's Prophet gets picked off once again. They do have the overgrowth. They do have the Requiem of Souls, and then the secondary Requiem of Souls does even more additional damage on top of that. M5, they have such an awkward lineup. Again, Stallianer is going to get overgrowth by Wagamama Spirits. Not going to hit, but the Reality Rift from Region, one huge crit is going to give Region a holy shit streak. No, he already had it, I'm pretty sure. Or did he just get it? I have no idea. But M5, they're pretty much just a pure ganking, skirmishing team. When you look at their lineup, Nature's Prophet, teleport ganking, even go for Dagon, which is full-on ganking build. Call down is going to hit all 3. Dread going to pop his BKB, but Region is more than happy to stand and fight. Going to get a tether stun onto Nexus, go to town on him. Look at the attack speed with the overcharge from Wisp. He's going to take a lot of poison damage, probably going to drop from this. He is going to drop, losing his streak. Technoboy going to try to raise Dread, missing the first one. Sudoi is going to try to stun lock Technoboy underneath the tower. That's going to mean his death, though. Kaboom! Oh, no, it's good. There's the kaboom. Not killing Dread, though. 30 HP. Waga, unfortunately, unable to do anything from the sidelines. And Fishbone, what have you been doing? Oh, teleport, gank, plus a Dagon. Okay. That's exactly what M5 need. What Solo just did is what they have had to do for this entire game. They had to look for individual picks around the map. They had to be very, very aggressive, use the hook shot, get in, do the damage, have Tinker follow up with his burst, and then kill him off, move on to the next target. But at this point, M5, if they try to do that, there will be a relocation with the Wisp and CK, and even, Shadow Fiend got jumped by the Nature's Prophet, turned around and killed him. I do believe M5's heroes are past their prime, especially the way that they have been building him. Nature's Prophet could be a very good carry hero, yes, with the amount of gold that he is capable of achieving, the constant pushing, the Wrath of Nature. He could be rolling in the dough, holla holla get dollar style. But with a Dagon, that's not even just a flat Dagon. Usually, if you're going to get Dagon, you get it level 1 for an extra bit of burst damage. Queen of Pain build, maybe. But other than that, the only hero that it is recommended to upgrade Dagon on is the... Oh god, Nyx is going to get killed again. Is the Nyx Assassin. And really then, it's not sure if it's mathematically the best way to pan out. Sudoi is going to take a 4-second stun, but he's going to live. But the Nature's Prophet, definitely not the kind of hero that you would expect that from. Waga stalking his kill. The Wagamama stalks his kill. Solo has no idea what's going to happen. There's the overgrowth from Wagamama, and now Solo is going to die. This one is not the game for the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, that was, me just pretty much sticking around, because this game, for all intents and purposes, is 100% over. Leshrac even has a Hood of Defiance, so all the magical damage coming out from M5 will mean nothing. Gyrocopter gonna get crit or something up, but even... Oh god, Solo taking a full-on Requiem. No stun though. Fishbone once again late to the party. But the power that's coming out from Region, Hyperstone, Desolator, Armlet, Drum. 26 minutes into the game, plus a maxed out overcharge on top of that. You cannot stop this guy. He should have went for lifesteal actually. I feel like that would have been better, because then crits would have lifesteal. But look how fast he's attacking. Look at this. It's bullshit. What are you supposed to do against this? And those are crits. Oh yeah, Sudoi got kicked off. Clockwork is not pulling his share at all. He's actually pulling his negative share. 196, not what you want to have happen. He has no gold. He lost all his gold from that. And Region and Mini, they're going to look for heads. They're going to find Dread, the ward. I believe it was their ward. I think that was the Sentry ward, actually. So they probably didn't know that he was backing off. But they definitely saw him killing off the creeps. But look at this Region guy. He just needs a BKB. Then he could just kill all of M5. Nothing that they could do will go through that BKB. Gyrocopter does do okay damage, plus 200 damage a pop isn't bad, but when CK is doing 300 damage a pop, Solo, why are you doing this? You're just embarrassing yourself, man. Relocation gank, Region and Mini, tired of Solo's shit. They're just gonna go ahead and kill him. The tower didn't even take any damage. The living armor is OP. It's not OP. The Treant Protector, see, when you pick up a hero like the Treant Protector, or when you pick up any hero, oh, okay, they got another kill. When you pick up a hero that you don't see every day, when you pick up someone like a Phantom Assassin, or the Omni Knight, or a Treant Protector, you expect, first of all, their hero to be semi-effective because of the fact that the enemy team has yet to actually get a lot of experience playing against that hero, plus the surprise factor. Of course, they all come with their weaknesses, granted, but you expect them to accomplish their role firmly. Clockwork has not accomplished his role. He is a ganker, he is a tanker, and he cannot do either of those. Gyrocopter is being played as a damage dealer. Not sure if he's actually capable of doing so, because whenever he tries to do damage, Region and Mini just get on his ass, and then Gyrocopter has to use his BKB to get away. Not sure if he's doing his role. Wagamama, Treant Protector, he's stalking kills. He's using Overgrowth on one target, which definitely isn't optimal, but he's getting kills out of that. He's using Leech Seed in this area to get kills on the Venomancer. He's stalking out people with the Nature's Guise, using Living Armor on the towers in order to give them a little bit more survivability versus the backdooring Nature's Prophet. It's all like standard Nature's Prophet, standard Treant Protector stuff. He's doing his job. And in that sense, I feel like M5 severely dropped the ball in this one. There's no reason, really, for them to go for such a cheesy lineup. They did, or I was going to say that they did just fine last game. Clearly they didn't, because they lost, but they were doing okay last game. If they just, pick themselves off, brush themselves off, and really just focus on to that next game, they would be able to put on a very strong performance. But going for such a gimmicky build, I really don't like it. I just don't. If anyone has any knowledge about why they did this or anything like that, please let me know, because I would love to know. Region is going to get jumped by 3 heroes. Let's see him just go to town. Oh, he's going to relocate out. He wants a little bit of health. Nullify the Poison Nova damage. But the missile, I'm pretty sure, is flying. That's a courier. There's the missile. And it's going to go all the way back. He's going to be freaking hilarious. Look, a complete 180. Mini is trapped in the cogs, but Regen is stuck in a corner. He's just got to fight his way out. And now, can they kill off Regen? He's going to get stunned by the missile, and he's going to die, actually. But there goes the Aegis only. Nexus is trapped in Sprout. Wagamo has already used his Overgrowth. And Fishbone and Technoboy nowhere to be found. They're busy carving up the mid lane Raxes. 5v3, and they only managed to take down one hero with an Aegis. Sadoy trying to make something happen with the hookshot. Pretty sure he just got annihilated. Yeah, he did try to make something happen with the hookshot. Technoboy is not amused. Pulse is not amused by M5's antics. And with 2 Raxes down, this game is finally going to come to an end. There's nothing that M5 can do about this right now. Regen could just Reality Rift on solo and kill him in about 2 seconds. There you go. Now Dread popping off his BKB, doing a lot of damage to everyone, but not enough damage to anyone. And that is the exact problem with picking up a Gyrocopter and making him the damage dealer. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Pulse versus M5. I'm still just going to assume that this is the best of 3, but I think it is. I think it is. M5 losing it 0-2 to Pulse, who first game looked they looked very good, but it was definitely a lot closer. This game, just a complete stomp fest with M5 trying something a little bit more unorthodox, and, well, the score speaks for itself. Unorthodox, just because it's not seen all the time, doesn't mean it is bound to be effective. Now we're just going to see them tear down the Ancient, and Pulse are going to move on. I believe this is the winner's bracket, so they're still in the winner's bracket, and M5 dropped down to the loser's bracket. I'm not sure, there's no real way for me to get information about that except for look at the VODs that are already out. So if any of this information is wrong, I sincerely apologize. But besides that, please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I do appreciate getting emails. I do get emails, and like from whenever anyone drops a comment or subscribes, it sends me an email and it makes me happy because it really like breaks up the monotony of having emails that say we have a group meeting and you have to do this, and then it's like, oh, I got a subscriber, yay, hearts, hearts, hearts. But yes, do that if you are not subscribed already. Show your friends, show your family. I don't actually expect you to do that, but still, thanks for watching, guys. GG.